Hello, I'm Kevin. Let me tell you what I'm doing here. If you follow my channel, you'll know I'm all about sports history. I'm currently into the respective franchise histories of the Golden State Warriors, Houston Astros, the St. Louis Blues, and the Carolina Panthers. My daily wallpaper, which I create daily and rotate religiously, is comprised of one random player from each. Today's Wallpaper 4 gives us one of the strangest combinations we've had yet. An Astros outfielder whose biggest fame came somewhere else. The greatest hockey player who ever lived. An Italian shooter at the beginning of a really long basketball journey. And a Carolina Panther who almost won Super Bowl MVP in a game that his team lost. Let's start in Houston. 1. Jeffrey Leonard was originally a Dodgers prospect, but Houston acquired him in 1978. That's really where his major league career got going. He arrived late that season and hit .385 in 8 games. By 1979, he was a regular in the Astros outfield and hit .290. And if you mostly remember Leonard as a Giant, that makes sense. That's where he became the Hack Man, where he became an all-star, and where he had that awesome 1987 NLCS. Leonard homered in each of the first 4 games of that series against St. Louis. 4 straight playoff games. He was named the NLCS MVP, even though the Giants lost the series. And that tells you how completely he owned the thing individually. But before all that, there was Houston. Leonard spent parts of 4 seasons with the Astros before being dealt to San Francisco in 1981. Houston didn't get the superstar version of Jeffrey Leonard, but they got the developmental version. The guy who was turning himself into a major league player, everyday player. And that's exactly the kind of career that this series keeps digging up. Not necessarily somebody you immediately associate with the Astros, but somebody who was here long enough and produced enough to make a positive impact. Now we go from a guy you might forget played for Houston to a guy you might forget played for St. Louis. Wayne Gretzky. Yeah, Wayne Gretzky. He might be the greatest hockey player who ever lived. But his entire St. Louis regular season lasted 18 games. On February 27th, 1996, the Blues made the blockbuster deal with LA and brought in the great one for the stretch run. And Gretzky was still Gretzky. 8 goals, 13 assists, 21 points in 18 regular season games. Then another 16 points in 13 playoff games. Immediately, they put the C on his chest. 31 total games as a Blue, 37 total points. And somehow, that microscopic little slice of NHL history gave us one of the most famous calls ever associated with the Blues. Game 7 against Detroit, second overtime. Gretzky has the puck. Gary Thorne says, Gretzky had it, lost it. Steve Yzerman got it, and he crossed the blue line and launched one past John Casey. Season over. Yeah, Golden State. And that was it. That was it for Wayne Gretzky as a St. Louis Blue. He signed with the Rangers that summer. Strange little chapter. Because, I mean, when you picture Wayne Gretzky, which uniform appears in your head? Edmonton? LA? The Rangers? Probably not St. Louis. But it happened, and for about 2 months, Brett Hull and Wayne Gretzky were teammates wearing the blue note. That alone is worth remembering. 3. Marco Belinelli came to Golden State with the 18th pick of the 2007 draft. And if you were paying attention to Summer League that year, you might have thought the Warriors had just stolen a future superstar. Because Belinelli's first Summer League game, it was nuts. He scored 37 points on 14 for 20 shooting, 5 for 7 from 3. This guy arrived from Italy and introduced himself to America by setting Vegas on fire. But then the actual NBA season started, and things slowed down for him. Belinelli played 33 games as a rookie and averaged 2.9 points. In year 2, he got more opportunities, He started 23 times and averaged 8.9 points while shooting just under 40% from three. Then Golden State traded him to Toronto, but Belinelli kept going and going. He played 13 NBA seasons, eventually becoming an important role player for San Antonio. He won the three-point contest in 2014 and won an NBA championship that same year with the Spurs. He ultimately finished his career at 9.7 points per game while shooting 37.6